What's up, Dub Nation? Hello, YouTubers. Glad you could join us. I am going to get things started by reading off some of my notes from Steph Curry in the postgame. It was kind of fun. He was asked, what were you thinking coming into this game, after the subpar shooting in LA? Absolutely nothing. That's what he said. Just moving on from the last game, law of averages. I don't know if I've had a perfect start like that before. He went 9 for 9 in the first quarter, 25 points, ended with 40. Good flow from the jump and have fun out there. I just realized that I need to have the live available so I can read your comments. So just give me a moment. And ooh, cool. And let me get that link for you. Hold on. Okay. So now I can log on to the live and see the live chat. There we go. Hello, hello. Can I ask if Draymond was fine about that rest? Good question. Hey guys. I'll answer on the live instead of typing. Duh, obviously. So what did Draymond say? Hold on. Arm's a little tired here. Let's pull up my notes. Dre, I'm actually on our Discord, and I put notes on there. So if you're a subscriber on our website, you get access to that. And so that's just a little bonus for people who want to who want access, more information and all this stuff. So first of all, Draymond had his son DJ on the podium, and DJ was the cutest kid, the most well-behaved kid at the podium in NBA history. You should go check out the Instagram that I did with it. It was an Instagram live. But anyways, Draymond, his wrist, he said that it wasn't why he missed those free throws. So he was upset at himself for missing those free throws. And it's just one of those bumps and bruises types things. So I think Draymond will be fine. Someone asked about Andre. I think he's fine too because he hurt his hip, right? His left hip, because he was kind of holding it right when it happened. And but he came in later and seems like he's okay. They're saying Klay's return is January. I thought it was December. Well, in the off season, there was a report that the Warriors wanted to get Klay back by the Christmas game, and then since then, I think they've tempered that a bit to be more January. I mean, December 25th is pretty close to January, anyways. But also, when Klay returns, it's going to have to be a home game. That's already been determined, rather jokingly, but then seriously as well. So they want Klay to come back at a home game for obvious reasons, which is also, by the way, why Klay was not introduced today in the introductions. They introduced the whole team, and they even introduced James Wiseman, but they didn't introduce Klay because they're waiting to save that standing ovation until later. Matter of fact, if they were to introduce Klay now, the applause and the ovation would be so long that it would almost be detrimental to the game. So why not wait until the day he actually comes back, or the night that he actually comes back, right? Anyways, so they want to pick a day when Klay comes back at home, and that's certainly not going to be the Christmas game, because the Christmas game is in Phoenix this year. Okay, so Klay is coming back in January, most likely. He even said December, January in media day, or on media day. But then he said, well, January would be like 12-month window of when he got the surgery, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is. Said something to that effect. I need to go back and look at that interview. But I think everyone should just plan on January, since it definitely won't be the Christmas game. It'll be a home game. When will James return? I think the last time, we talked about this last time. Let me look up the tweet from Rusty Simmons of the Chronicle. He had said, oh, excuse me. He had said something about Wiseman's prognosis. And by the way, right there, that's KPIX, local channel, going through the highlights. Okay, here we go. I found the tweet. First of all, let's go to Kuminga. Kuminga is making good progress and will be reevaluated again in 1 week, which will be tomorrow, as of this tweet. Okay, Wiseman was cleared to increase individual on-court workouts, and if you look at our channel, you will see him doing a lot more, like three-point shots and pick and rolls with Kuminga, with no defense there. Anyways, he will likely need 4 to 6 weeks of conditioning once his recovery advances to full contact. He will be reevaluated on November 1st. So that sounds like December, guys. That sounds like December. Yeah. A bit of a long process for Wiseman. Okay. Great videos. Oh, cool. Are you like official Warriors media partner? Actually, I mean, yes and no. I'm like one of the media, but I've been doing this since 2010, maybe 2009. And then LetsGoWarriors started in 2013. So I've been doing this for like 8 years, going on the 8th year as a seasoned credentialed media member. Yeah, I have a whole history of that, which I won't get into, but just basically I've been around for a long time. So they trust me. Did you cover the post game? Yes, I did. Oh, it's Danny Beck. Thanks for coming over from Instagram to join us here. Yeah, my plan for the post game is, as far as for our subscribers, I went on Discord and took notes and literally transcribed as quickly as I could on my iPhone onto the Discord server. What will go out for free to the public will be all of those notes that I took, like notes and quotes. And the reason why I do that is because we already have like media tweeting out quotes left and right. They don't tweet out every quote. So I'm going to go the extra mile, or 2 or 3 extra miles actually, and I'm going to copy and paste all the notes that I took on the Discord server and put that on the website. The bonus for the subscribers that, oh, cool. Yeah, it would be great to meet up at the next Clipper game in LA. But the bonus to subscribers that pay $5 a month or $50 a year on the website is that I have the full interviews from postgame, and those will get posted there. Ooh, someone just donated $4.99. Thank you. Who was that? Thank you. Hey, it's Danny Beck. Danny Beck. Appreciate you so much. Heck, we ought to get you on the Discord. DM me on Instagram, and I'll send you a Discord link. All right. So how did I get into working this job? Yeah, it was, I started at Golden State of Mind, SB Nation, and a lot of it's luck. But a lot of it's also hard work, and a lot of it's also sacrifice. So it's all of those. And just trying to stay humble and professional as much as possible. Things like that. Not acting entitled. Let's see. How long can you actually stay?
What up? Follow Sam Houston on Twitter.
Sam Houston on Twitter. Oh, God. He is a funny follow. Maybe. Anyways, yeah, KNBR guy. Does a really solid job. Oakland is louder. Well, yeah. It was the acoustics of Oracle, but I think they made the acoustics of Chase apparently to match that of Oracle, but I don't think we'll ever really get the feel of Oracle. Plus, you have gentrification happening before our eyes here. So you're right. I'm gonna agree with you. Oracle will always be louder. How long can I stay here? I could stay pretty long, but I think at some point when the concert people kind of take over Chase, they're gonna definitely kick me out. I mean, if I wanted to stay, I don't want to stay here that long. Steph was on fire tonight. I mean, he came out on fire, then he kind of went cold, but then he finished on fire, which is the most important. Are you from the Bay? Yes. Raised in Sunnyvale, went to school at Berkeley, lived in Emeryville for a time, and then have lived in San Francisco the whole time. But I want to move to Potrero, or I used to live in Potrero. I live in the Sunset now, but I want to move to Potrero, or you know what? I might need to suck it up and try the Bayview Hunters Point. Maybe one of the gentrified locations there, just to be safe, because it's a rough neighborhood. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've been there. I used to run basketball leagues in Hunters Point, so I know it's tough there. I don't know. We'll see. It's just the Sunset is very foggy, and I'm sick of that. Now, if I don't go there, then I might just move down to like San Bruno, near Bart, which would be. I kind of don't want to do that, but anyways, this team reminds me of the 2015 Warriors. Yeah, I know, right? It totally does. But we're better, and we're actually more talented in terms of the potential. Like Kuminga, I mean, that guy just jumps out of the gym. And Wiseman, we haven't seen play in a while, but man, that guy has skill. That guy, So it's a little different than 2015, whereas there's a bridge to the future, and Steph is just on another level. He's like better than he played as a unanimous MVP, if that was even possible. Are you guys going to hang out in Sacramento? Oh man, Sacramento's gonna be fun. Sunday, I'll be there. So if you're gonna be there, just DM me on Instagram. There was a guy on Instagram or a gal, I don't know who, but they said, "Hey, I'm gonna be in Sacramento," and I said, "Okay, well, oops, hold on, just dropped my charger." I said, "When I'm out there, if I see you, I'll give you one of these." Oops, that's upside down. Media guide, preseason media guide, but it might as well be a regular season media guide because it has so much information in there, full of facts and stats and everything. So I'm gonna give my last 2 copies of that away, and I'm even gonna give away this T-shirt at some point, not at Sacramento, but through our website. Gonna give this away. I'm gonna give bobbleheads away. So the best thing to do is just to go to our website, www.LetsGoWarriors.com. My foot's asleep. And subscribe there for $5 a month or $50 a year, because I'm giving away all that stuff. All the bobbleheads that I've accumulated. Like, I'm not a material person, which is good for you guys. Like, I don't really need bobbleheads, and I don't need T-shirts and stuff. I'm good on that front. It's the new me. I don't really need material things, so happy to give them away as part of the promotion to make our website and Let's Go Warriors just more popular. Can you break down some of the Warriors games since the beginning of the season? Well, that's kind of hard to do. There's only been 2 games. I did a recap of the Laker game that's on our website, but it was more like behind the scenes. All I can tell you guys is that with this system that Steve Kerr runs, and man, he's gotten a lot of shit on Twitter, and people hate him and all that. I feel like he's an offensive genius. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and people are gonna shoot me down and make character assassinations of me on Twitter, but the way that he has utilized Steph's gravity to like have him come up off of a screen, and then 2 defenders will lunge at him, and then you go back door to the other guy, assist, Bielitsa or whatever, lay up for Damian Lee or whatever. I mean, to me, that's another level. To me, that's offensive genius. That's something that you just don't think of, whereas like Mark Jackson would think of all just the mentality of, the having confidence and everything. Okay, let's run pick and roll for Steph all day long, and he'll get tired. In this case, we do run pick and roll with Draymond, and having Steph and Draymond on the floor as basketball savants is certainly a huge advantage that has nothing to do with Steve Kerr until he knows to utilize that late in the game. But you're not going to run Steph and Dre pick and roll all, first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter. You got to save that for crunch time. And in the meantime, with the Kerr system of read and react, and I have a video coming out soon. I was in Portland for the October 4th preseason game, and I got to see Kuminga, Moody, Mulder. Mulder's a great guy. It's too bad that there wasn't room for him on this team because he's just a great character guy. But anyway, and Leandro Barbosa were running the read and react drill, 4-man drill, and it was just awesome to watch, because then you really see how that's drilled into your people, your players. I wanted to go out there and run the drill. You know, I wanted to be, you know, hands-on, part of the read and react system. So my bottom line is that having this system and so many guys that are unselfish and so many wings and so many guys like Otto Porter and Belly who can shoot the three, and even Moody. And even if you can't shoot the three that well, like Jonathan Kuminga, well, at least he can do the other parts of the read and react, like run to the rim, lob threat, bam, dunk. You know, I mean, this team is just so versatile. I feel like they're going to run through a lot of the early season part of it, and that's because, like, before this game, I was kind of thinking actually we would blow out the Clippers, which seemed to be the case in the first quarter. Then they had the letdown. The reason why I thought we would blow out the Clippers is because all these teams starting this season off right now, they kind of don't have the chemistry that we have, but yet we don't have that chemistry in total yet. But the system that Kerr runs kind of builds momentum towards chemistry. So it's a huge leg up, and thank goodness we ended up with the win. Goes to show you I don't like making predictions, and that's why, because I'm always wrong. We didn't end up blowing out the Clippers, but luckily we still won, and that's pretty much the breakdown, is that our offense can be clicking at times. We still got a ways to go with our defense, and, like, you know, Jordan Poole's making silly mistakes, silly fouls. Had a tough night tonight, but it's just a good learning experience for Jordan, and everybody goes through that. I think the best example with Jordan Poole is when Steve Kerr was like, you know, first guy you should go ask is Steph Curry himself. Like, he didn't have the smoothest first, second, and third years. So if there's any example that you need, is right there. So Jordan Poole just needs to let the game come to him, be a little bit more patient. And a lot of the post game was like Draymond saying, look, give the Clippers some credit. They're a very physical team. They're out there to disrupt you. And even Steve Kerr said it. He's like, you know, a lot of the teams in the NBA are going to look at the tape tonight, and they're going to try and emulate what the Clippers did to us tonight, and they're going to go after you, Jordan Poole. So this is going to be a very good learning experience for all of us. Anthony Ty with the shout out. Appreciate ya. Danny, DM me on Instagram and I'll set you up. I mean, even if you didn't join the membership, I would set you up on the Discord just because you donated tonight, right here in the chat. That floor was slippery. Ooh, you know, I had a problem with watching the game intently all night long almost. I think maybe only the fourth quarter I got to watch most of it intently. So I didn't really notice that. I just wasn't paying attention, my bad on that. But I did get you guys some great video. Like, the whole introductions are on there. The national anthem, here's what Steph does. And during the national anthem, he goes, you'll have to look at my ugly legs, but he just shakes his legs. Shakes his legs. So I got that part. I don't know why he does that. It's just funny. I gotta ask him about that someday. I don't know how I'm gonna ask him, because we don't have access to the locker room. But maybe one of these days, like today at Morning Shoot Around, I was filming, but he kind of came by and he was talking to another reporter. And so next time I could be like next to the reporter and go, yo, Steph, first of all, why aren't you wearing those leggings anymore? Everybody's asking me about that. And secondly, what was the question? Secondly, slipped my mind. I was just talking about that a minute ago. Whoops. But the reason why I can't think of it is because in the post game, Steph actually addressed the problem at Staples. He didn't really answer the question, but he said, you know, you get to a point. It was in the context of Jordan Poole. You get to a point in your career where you just turn the page really quickly, where you just don't dwell on what happened yesterday, even if it was good or bad. And so him having an off night at Staples, boom, forgotten. So he doesn't dwell on that, even though I do want to ask him if it's the lighting that the Lakers have, because it's different than the Clippers. You can feel it when you're in Staples, that when the Lakers play, it feels like a darker tone, but they've always made it that way. So yeah, I wasn't able to really pay attention today. Did they take X-rays of Green? You know, they didn't, as far as I know. I think he's okay. I think Draymond, if it was really hurting, as if it was broken, he would get it checked out. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if they did some X-rays. They should, just to be sure. How often do you live stream? Every game we try to do a live commentary during the game. Now I'm not able to do that while I'm in the arena due to NBA broadcast rules, because like TNT and NBC Sports Bay Area, they're not going to want anybody else to stream from the arena. That's not fair for them. They paid millions of dollars to do that, so I can't do that. But we do have a live stream commentary during the game that's done remotely by, like tonight it was Rebecca. Sometimes it's Jeffrey out in New Zealand. Rebecca's in New York at NYU, going to school there. So we do those, and then I try and go live as much as I can if I'm not tired on the road. Like I went live from outside Staples 2 days ago, just to give you a feel for it. I wanted to go live after the game, but due to the new COVID protocols for media, I was not allowed to go to the court. And even now, there are no courtside seats to go to. I would have wanted to go on the bench, because I've done that before. In Toronto in the 2019 finals, I did a live from Drake's seat. That was fun. So yeah, I do like to go live whenever I can. Before the Warriors play against the Kings, Sacramento will play versus Utah on Friday. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's a disadvantage for Sacramento, I guess. Well, no, they'll still have a day off. So even if it was a back-to-back, I would hesitate to say that we have an advantage, because it feels like every time the other team has a back-to-back, we have a letdown. Like, our players know that they just had a back-to-back, and that's actually bad for us, because then you kind of come out kind of with a letdown. All right, thanks, anonymous dude, for the shout out. Emeryville is on burial sites like Poltergeist. Yikes, really? Well, I never had a problem there. If I have a chance, I must go to Chase Center. Yeah, you really should. Honestly, Chase Center is the best arena on the planet Earth. I kid you not. I mean, I've been in a lot of arenas, and this is by far the best one. Like, all the bars up here. There's a free Modelo bar right up there. Let me show you. So that bar right up there, anyone can go to. Like, it's free, right? Just an awesome venue. And you saw another bar, that's the Budweiser one. That's behind the press section. It's just so cool here. And then look at these suites right here. So you can go up there. Honestly, I think that's up there where 2 people fell from the stands the other night, which is kind of creepy, especially now that it's dark. Let's see what else. You a fucking weirdo. LMFAO. Okay. Mitchell Muller. I don't need you as a follower. Hide user on this channel. If you don't like me or you're mad at me, you don't need to try to put me down. Like, I've heard it all already. I had my entire character assassinated on Twitter, which is why I don't go to Twitter anymore. I don't contribute anything on Twitter. None of this. I'll send a link that comes back to YouTube, but F Twitter and all those people that complain on Twitter. That's actually one way for me to make an assessment of people's character is, are you on Twitter? And if you are on Twitter, let me see what you tweet. If you're complaining all the time, like, you need to be happier in your life than to be complaining all the time. Do what Sylvester Stallone said on Instagram, which is, don't be bitter. Don't waste any time being bitter. Your biggest asset is not being bitter. I just went through Jonathan Kuminga's return. He's going to get reevaluated. It's supposed to be tomorrow, so we'll see. Chen Feng, hello from China. I'm glad you could join us from China because I know that YouTube is blocked in China, so you must be on a VPN. All right. Alex Vo, what's up? Wait till JK and Y is back healthy. Oh, man. Yeah, the only problem, Anthony, with that is, yikes, playing time. That means somebody's not going to play as much. Who would that be? GP2. Could be Damian. Even though Damian's playing awesome, he practically helped win the game tonight with that three-pointer that made it 99-98. I mean, Andre Iguodala was like playing injured at the time. He somehow we got, like, I think it was an offensive rebound or something, and Iguodala dishes out to Damian in the corner, and Damian sticks the three, and we go up 99-98. Man, he practically saved the game at that point. If we have a chance to go deep, Jordan Poole has to be consistent night in and night out. Well, you know, I'm going to temper that a little bit. I know you're rooting for JP. I know that you want to nitpick him for his own good and that you see him at his full potential, and he's not playing to his full potential right now. So you see some of those warts. However, I want to say that our roster is so damn deep, and maybe by the playoffs, Klay will be back. I mean, you would hope, right? I mean, that's got to be. I'm not going to even say what you would hope. Klay's going to be back for the playoffs. We don't need everybody to be playing their best. This team is so deep that I think we'll be fine. Aaron Cisneros, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Oh, cool. Wai Hong Lim. This is literally why I do what I do. All the behind the scenes, like, I'm sure even Warriors PR is like, why does Rich keep filming people in shoot around and doing workouts, 2.5 minutes each? That's it. Why does he keep doing that? It's like so boring day after day. Well, it's because today Wai Hong Lim found out about us. And then tomorrow, somebody else from China will find out about us, or somebody from India, or somebody from across the world who actually can never come and watch a Warriors game and come and be within, earshot of Steph. That's why I do what I do, is just staying in the moment and enjoying every moment and sharing those moments with you. Yeah, Gabriel, totally agree with you. People on Twitter are full of BS. They're just unhappy and want to use it as a place where they can complain and not have any consequences. All right, what were you most impressed today? Okay, so disappointing were the turnovers, of course. But I know Steph had like 5 or 6 turnovers by early third quarter. But you can't really be mad at Steph for that. And he had like 6 out of the 12 turnovers. So that sets a bad example. But that's just part of who he is, and we have to come to accept that at times. I think when you look back at this in hindsight, when the game is happening, we're up by 17 and we blow a 17-point lead, go down at halftime by 1. You're mad. You're mad at the team for doing that, for blowing that. But then when you look back at it after the game is done, first of all, we came back and we executed, and the defense improved. We out-rebounded the Clippers, which is shocking because we don't really have that much size. We also out-rebounded the Lakers, according to the Steve Kerr in the postgame. And I think the fact that we absorbed the Clippers' physicality with Zubats and just everybody on that team plays physical. Terrence Mann was a beast. Reggie Jackson was a beast. You had the physical play that, remember the play when Jordan Poole drove and it looked like he drew contact, but it was a jump ball. And then like Rebecca was on the live stream going, oh, that should be a flagrant. I didn't really see any flagrant part, but I didn't have benefit of replay and I'm just watching it with my eyes real time. Those kinds of plays are physical plays by the Clippers, and there's going to be other teams that are going to try that. And usually what you want to do to finesse teams like us, is to use physicality on us. I must be getting tired. I'm mumbling my words. So for us to survive this game and learn from it, I think is huge. So actually, that's what I'm most impressed by. To answer your question, Aaron, when is the exact date? We don't have an exact date, and we won't know an exact date until probably like the week before, whatever that exact date is. Yep, Anthony, I love Anthony's takes. He contributes a lot of good stuff on our live streams. Yeah, Klay's return. You know what's funny is that I know Chris DeMarco personally, but he doesn't tell me shit. He doesn't reveal anything to me. So I think, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to find out before anybody else does. I think it'll be Anthony Slater. Anthony Slater will break the news probably, or Shams Charania. Oh my God, it's past midnight. It's all right. I'm feeling so good about the win. Who cares? 2016 vibes. Well, yes and no. 2016 ended in a Game 7 loss, so I hope we don't get those vibes. Yeah, Coach Kerr doesn't get enough credit. I totally agree. Man, I'm behind on these comments. Does Bielitsa remind you of Jokic? Well, Jokic is just powerful like that, so maybe the shooting and the cutting and the assists, yeah, but just not the physicality. So the whole Klay Christmas thing, that was more of an off-season prediction by somebody. That probably isn't going to happen, so it's probably January, which is, January is only 5 days later than Christmas, so it's not that big of a difference. Tony Kukoc. Ooh, Alex Vo. All right. Maybe I'll throw that out to Steve, huh? Man, thanks for that. Thank you for that. But I'm going to temper that. When I ask Steve that, if I ever get a chance, I'm going to say, Steve, I don't like to do rankings and stuff, but I got to ask you just for fun. What do you think about the comparison of Bielitsa and Tony Kukoc? Because that has not been brought up yet. Thank you, Alex Vo. I might forget that you brought this up, but don't hesitate to remind me. I want to give you credit if that ever happens. Okay. Someone is saying an expletive on the chat. Why? I don't know. Very juvenile. How long do you think our win streak will go? Ooh. You know, the moment I say a prediction, then they're going to lose in Sacramento, right? So I don't want to jinx us. Let me get this guy out the chat completely. Man. Okay. Where are we? Oh, I lost my place in the comments. Sorry. Let me just go down to the bottom. More range than Kukoc? Possibly. I do have a video somewhere on our channel of Belly taking deep threes. Do you think Steph is going to take more mid-range jumpers? I can ask him in passing. I'll try. It's hard. It's hard to ask Steph questions because everybody has a question for Steph. And usually it's like the heavy hitters like Nick Friedel of ESPN, Anthony Slater, you know, Monty Poole, NBC, San Francisco Chronicle, that they get to ask them their questions first. What do you think of Klay not being in the top 75? I mean, it doesn't really matter what I think. It matters what Klay thinks, and he went on Instagram and said that it's fuel for his fire, which is great. So I think that's actually great that Klay wasn't in the top 75 so that it would piss off Klay. There's my hot take. No, I don't really like to do the ranking stuff. I really don't. And with LetsGoWarriors, I try to encourage people to see the game differently, like behind the scenes and being as much as part of the team as you can without actually being on the team. Why? Because players don't think about this stuff. I mean, Klay does. I mean, if Klay was playing tonight, he wouldn't have cared. But the fact that he isn't playing and he has a lot of free time to read all this crap on Twitter and whatnot, then he's going to chime in and add the fuel to his fire. But, I mean, tomorrow's an off day, but the next day, you know, we're off to Sacramento morning shoot-around, and it's like, okay, what's going to happen in morning shoot-around? Like, I don't have time to rank people, to say, oh, I like him being in the top 75 and him not being in the top 75. Like, I didn't even look at the list. So, because I got, you know, better things to do. Like, go look at morning shoot-around, quite honestly. Yeah, I think the Warriors will keep afloat until Klay comes back. It's such a deep squad. Ian, man, thank you for the props. Do you basically just travel with the team? Says Jacob. I try, but it's all out of my own pocket. All out of my own pocket, but thanks to the revenues of YouTube that I'm able to do that. I used to do GoFundMes for that, and it's just, GoFundMes are such a pain to set up. So forget it. I don't think I'll do that anymore. Maybe for the All-Star game, or maybe for like the playoffs, when there's more time in between to actually sit down, log into GoFundMe and do GoFundMe and like figure out how much the Airbnb is going to cost, figure out how much, you know, Uber might cost or the flights and stuff. But yeah, I do try and travel with the team because I wrote about this on the website. If you go to the website, you'll read it. Is the morning shoot-arounds on the road are the most fun because Steve will talk, even though he's not required by the NBA to talk at morning shoot-around. He actually he loves doing it, and you get, just go read my article. You get Klay calling Moody a nickname, which I won't reveal, only to subscribers. You got Klay posting up a trainer and talking shit to him. You got, this is on our channel, Jonathan Kuminga and Leandro Barbosa doing a shooting contest. And Leandro thinks he's won. He's like, okay, I win. Shut up, Rook. And JK goes, no, we're going up to 7, not 6. And they have an argument. That's the road. That's the morning shoot around. That's Draymond going, yo, Sean, let's hear it. And then Livingston goes, first bus. So there's this whole like culture that I try to reveal to you guys. And that whole thing about the first bus, I need to get Livingston on camera to try and explain that in detail, because it's like, I guess everybody wants to be on the first bus to get back to the hotel to chill, because the second bus will take forever. I think that's why the first bus is so important. You don't want to miss that first bus, because then the second bus isn't coming for a while and you're going to be delayed that extra time. And maybe you can't get that treatment at the hotel, or I know their massage therapist is Grace, and Grace is asked to go do the, massage treatments for the players. And I'm sure that happens after all the workouts and stuff. And if you're on the second bus, you might miss out on that. I don't know. Need to figure that one out. Thanks for all the props, people. But yeah, anonymous dude knows about that. Yeah. Is James Wiseman coming back soon? Oh, I already covered that. Looks like November 1st plus 4 to 6 weeks of conditioning. Sorry to say, mid-December. Yeah, 2016 73 wins was pretty epic. Kings are kind of scary. Crap. I haven't checked, but I wouldn't be surprised, because De'Aaron Fox and a whole host of other people, I'm sure. That could be one of those letdown games where you're like, oh, this is Sacramento, but they're playing so well right now. Oh, I heard Harrison Barnes is playing well. Yeah, I think I'm caught up to the comments. What do you know? Once I'm caught up, then I think I'll go. Oh, you know what I got to do is I got to check the Muni. It might be too late. So let me check Muni real quick, because I don't want to miss that Muni. That'll take me down 3 stops or 2 stops to where I'm parked. I'm parked over about a mile away, and then I take the Muni over to Chase, because parking at Chase costs a lot of money. KT Sunnydale. "28 minutes." You got me for another, let's say, 17 minutes. So lucky you. Okay. Ooh, do you think they'll try to add another big? I've written about this. I think it just depends on how the NBA goes. Let's say the Lakers are, how many games? Let's say they're, by the time December hits, I don't know, how many games is that? Let's say they're 30-5 or something, right? Then you got to go, okay, maybe we need to bring in a big to counteract their front line of DeAndre and Dwight. Maybe Brook Lopez is playing out of his mind in Milwaukee. Maybe the NBA changes back to a little bit of big at that point. Or if James Wiseman remains hurt, then you got to think about maybe bringing in a 5. But right now, in the beginning, I think they just need playmaking for right now. And if you watch other games, Chicago-Detroit last night was like a a glorified AAU game. Like everyone was 6'7". Like Vucevic was the tallest guy, him and Olenek, but they weren't dominating. And Kelly Olynyk was playing like, Draymond-like. And so the game has gotten really small. So I don't see a need to get a 5 right now. And then let's see how Wiseman does. I mean, one of the reasons why we can do this is because Draymond can D up any 5 in the league. And that's just a luxury that we have. We have Draymond and Looney. We have undersized 5s that can guard actual 5s. Therefore, the effect of the bigs that we've seen so far from both LA teams, we've actually out-rebounded them. So that's the luxury we have. I don't think Ben Simmons is coming to the Warriors unless Morey caves in and says, okay, we'll trade Ben Simmons for Wiggins. At that point, to me, it's a no-brainer because Ben Simmons has the potential to be, perennial all-star or to be a top 10 player. Wiggs will never be a top 10 player. He is lucky to be, top 30 player at best in the league. And that's not really a knock on Wiggs. I mean, he's pretty damn good. But being a number 1 pick and all the, I guess the quote unquote disappointment from that, okay. But yeah, Daryl Morey to trade for Wiggins would be such an embarrassment to him. And again, the Warriors, like he already has been humiliated by us while he was in Houston, not by trades or anything, just by him wanting to take us down, publicly saying that, and then we took him down twice. Morey isn't going to want to deal with us. So Ben Simmons is not coming here merely because of Daryl Morey. And we're not trading Draymond, so he is a better Draymond. No, he's not. No. Like, are you a Warrior fan, Greg Harris? You have no idea. Draymond is a future Hall of Famer. I'm not gonna get into that. Are you close to the BART station? No, I'm not. But there's a Muni out here. Yeah, Embarcadero BART station is kind of far from here. I was just having that conversation with somebody today. It's not even worth it. I was having that conversation with Whitley Sandretto of 95.7, who sits right here, by the way. Oops. We were talking with somebody else. Oh, Mark Medina from out of town, and he was saying, is the BART station close to here? We're like, actually, it's not. You might as well take an Uber if you can afford it. Nope. There's no way we trade Draymond. He's so important to this team. You have no idea. I mean, you should have an idea. If we can land Simmons, how are we going to land Simmons? Go look at a salary cap table. Like, you need to trade salaries for salaries, and the only one that fits would be Wiggins. Now, if you're going to say it's not Wiggins, then it's going to be Draymond. Like, who else's salary can bring you Simmons? It's not happening. And Daryl Morey is not dealing with the Warriors. He's not going to deal with us. He's been burned by us too many times. Do you know what you're talking about? Oh, okay, here we go again. Greg, we're not having Ben Simmons and Draymond. Oh, man, you're not listening to a word I'm saying. Daryl Morey is not trading Simmons for Wiggins. It's not happening. Daryl Morey is not trading anybody with the Warriors. he's not risking 1% of embarrassment of being on the short end of a bad deal. All right, let's try to end on a good note. It would be so awesome. I just don't deal in video game fantasy. Like, to me, it's not realistically possible for Ben Simmons to be on the Warriors. Therefore, I just don't think about it any further. I mean, I got practice to 10. Here's an email. Practice is at 3 p.m. Chase Center on Saturday. Media should arrive by 4:15. I'm thinking about practice. Like, I don't have time to think about, video game rosters with Draymond and Ben Simmons on the same roster. Like, that doesn't excite me. That's entertainment. I'm here for information. I'm trying to teach people to look for basketball information, such as, Kuminga shot around today in practice, or he's doing this or that. That's information. Going like, Ben Simmons would be so great on the Warriors. That's entertainment. And I seek basketball knowledge. And that does not really include that much entertainment, unless it's something the guys did, unless it's Steph Curry bringing a baseball to morning shoot around. That's both entertainment and information. So try and figure it out, because people on Twitter, they have no idea. They have no idea that they're seeking entertainment. And then they think it's information. And then they see a Ben Simmons in a Warriors jersey meme. And now they're talking about all this stuff about, Ben Simmons would do this as a Warrior, this, that, the other thing, or we should trade Draymond. And all of a sudden, all this entertainment becomes misinformation. So that's the scourge of Twitter. So that's just my 2 cents. If you don't want to agree with that, that's fine. Well, anyways, let's talk about Sacramento. I'm going to end on this note is, if you can make it to Sacramento, you really should go, because Golden One Center is like one of my favorite arenas. Now, it's no Chase Center, but then again, it's pretty cool, because the weather's really good out there. There's a Starbucks right outside. I'm addicted to Frappuccino, so I'm sorry. There's they used to have a really good vegan place, to be honest with you. I love that place. Down the street. The weather's great. If you're willing to drive out a little bit, they have like these grocery stores that are, the fruit is really good there. Sacramento is really nice. I don't like driving 90 minutes to get there, but that's about as much as I'll tolerate. Be careful if you drive out there, man. CHP is all over the place. Last time I went to Sacramento, I was stupid because I was in a hurry and I knew I was going to speed, and then boom, I got a ticket. Matter of fact, I had to mail in the request for trial by written declaration today, which sucked. 17 minutes. And I can't miss that one because that's the last one. But I got my bag ready to go, and so I can fly out of here in less than 5 minutes. I can catch that train. But yeah, Sacramento is a great place to watch a game. Golden One Center is like the arena there is like feels very open, very opposite of Arco Arena. I don't know if they allow cowbells anymore. I think maybe they do. So that's exciting. I tell you what, shoot around there is great because like just the construction of the arena, like The tunnel goes right by the Warriors locker room, which goes straight to their basket. And yeah, Sacramento's great. If you can get out there for a game, definitely do so. Okay, I'm gonna sign off soon. Even though it's 16 minutes away, the train. Using Next Bus here. Nextbus.com. Very helpful app. Okay. Do Chase Center change the court tiles after every game? They have a concert tomorrow, so cash cow, baby. That's why we can afford all the luxury tax. Let's see. Ooh, Davion Mitchell. Yeah. If you want to have a real debate, go hit up Dulo Twist on Twitter. He's one of our guys. Hold on. Why am I still here? Because I love what I do, A, and B, the train doesn't come for 15 minutes, so I might as well be on here. Dulo Twist does not like Davion Mitchell. You should go to our website. You'll see his bad reviews. So maybe Dulo needs to have a mea culpa. I don't know. I actually haven't watched, so I don't know how well or bad. Boston has to trade one of Tatum or Brown. Oh, you know what? Before we go, here's the thing. Trading for Jaylen Brown or Ben Simmons. I wrote about this on our website. Go check it out. Why not just add them to our team? Why do it now? In 2025, when the cap goes up in 2024, just like when we got KD, the cap went up, a bunch of weird things happened. We were able to sign KD. I'm going to bet that we might be able to squeeze in one of those guys. Ben Simmons or Jaylen Brown. They'll be on their 9th year, which is a magical year where they become a free agent and you clear out space and you just add them to your team. You don't have to pay anything for them other than the salary. You just add them to your team. So why not do that? Just wait till 2025. So if you're going to say trade for Jaylen Brown, trade for Ben Simmons, let me throw that back at you. Why not just add them in 2025? Wait a little bit. So that's my hot take for that. All the players are gone, yeah. Well, maybe Jordan Poole is shooting around downstairs right now. We don't know. Yeah, I'm going to end it now. Thanks for being on. Ooh, 63 minutes. Not quite the 72 minutes that I was on last time. But thanks for all the well wishes, people. Next up is practice on Saturday, then got to drive up to Sacramento. Oh, man, wish me luck on that. I hate driving up there, but oh well, I'll do that. Okay, take care, guys. Appreciate you all. And Danny, thanks for the little bump up today, and look forward to seeing you at the Clipper game, and DM me so I can add you on the Discord.